Hey everybody, welcome to Andrew. Is this Hanging with the Hoopers studio? I'm guessing. My goodness, like we're
It's one of our studios with Hanging with the
joined
Hoopers.
with
We got some
joined
cool
with
people hanging with us today. So
joined with some amazing friends here in the real estate. What we call a trifecta, man. Like we work on the title side very heavily. We coach in the mortgage banking side, and we have a lot of events that face real estate agents. And we get asked so many times, Andrew, Tim, like by real estate agents, can you coach us and coming out of these events? And you guys, we refer you to great people, people that we work closely with, and really Accelerate is about that. We're putting on an event we hope to do yearly, bringing in some of the best minds local, right? Some of the local leaders, the people who are doing what you want to be doing. And so today joining us, Kristen, Carrie, Bo, obviously our fearless leader, Michael Rivero. And so we're here, excited to talk about Accelerate and what these fantastic speakers are going to be bringing, because at the end of the day, Accelerate is all about doing. It's an action focused event. No more trying or no more wishing. We're going to do. And during the 2 days, October 23rd and 24th, we are going to be cracking laptops. A lot of inspiration, but a whole lot more action, where we're going to be going through the work together. Like literally taking our sports coats off, rolling our sleeves up, and getting to work. So, Andrew, before we get into the first question and go around the room with these amazing folks, what would you add to that? Anything, or Michael?
Tim, you're 100% right. It's about taking action. And what I find when we do work with real estate agents, lenders, and title folks is we go to events a lot of the time. We hear a lot of incredible ideas. We come out of the event and we get stuck because we don't know the tech. We don't know where to click. We don't know how to actually integrate it into our CRMs and our systems and our processes. So all the great ideas end up in a desk drawer in a notebook somewhere. And every event that we've done smaller, more locally, we've always made it about doing. And so every topic that the speakers bring, every topic that we then dig into on day 2 in the workshop is going to be about implementing, giving you extra employees with AI, giving you the actual high ROI strategies in sales and marketing that will drive your business, not all the flash, the practical, the gritty stuff. So without further ado, today is about our guest speakers that are going to be coming out. We're going to start with Bo. Bo, welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and we're excited to have you come out to Accelerate.
Hey, thanks so much. Bo Bloomer, Century 21 Redwood, and my wife, Anuzia Lelas, and I have a team. We're called the Checkmate Group. And I think one of the main reasons why we started the team and we call it Checkmate Group is because I think agents need to be in a position to assist their clients to be able to make the right decision, to make the right strategic move. I mean, it is about your move, and that's one of our bylines in order to be successful in this market.
Love that. I think making it, you're right. Agents are looking for something right now. So when you think about a tough market, a lot of changes, what are some of the things that you think are fundamentals, Bo, that aren't changing, that as you mentor your team and you work with your team, what are the things you're having them focus on that you're going to be speaking on? Or tease us a little bit about what are some of those fundamentals that you think will drive business?
One of the things, and it actually makes it really fun for us, is we try to go the extra mile. We try to jokingly say that we're the real estate agent for life for our clients. Right now, we're in the process, and we're going to have Michael and his team out filming. We're going to have it's called a Rocktoberfest. So we have these year-round client appreciation events to give clients a little bit more. We try to have local vendors come out and give them things, maybe something specific for their home, etc. But something to highlight the area, maybe in different locations. One of the other key things about the fundamentals is just the basics. We want to make sure that we're giving our clients key information for their house. So we'll do specific videos about certain things around their home, or specific vendors maybe to help them with a certain project, because it's not just about buying a house. It's like living in the house and making it a home for years to come.
I love that. Keeping it relevant, keeping the relationship relevant more than just the initial transaction, right? I mean, I think in our area, we might see that the turn time in homes is probably closer to 4 to 5 years than it is 5 to 7, and especially in the DMV area. But that's important, staying on top of the transaction in the creative way. So I'm excited to learn more about that from you. Tim, what other questions would you have?
Well, I think we flip it to Kristen here, but I love the question you asked, Andrew, was what's not changing? Jeff Bezos said it. He said, well, everyone asks, what's changed in the next 10 years? We all like to ask that question because it feels good. We get a good endorphin kick off that. He said what he does is ask what's not going to change in the next 10 years and goes and focuses his energy in building better systems and processes around that. So talking about that, we are hearing all the changes, the NAR, some of the this, and that, the other. Okay, that's fine. And you know what? 95% of that's outside of our control. So we'll flip it to Kristen, but Kristen, like, introduce yourself. What's not changing? What are you and your team doubling down on? And we're excited to have you at Accelerate.
Thank you so much. Yes, I'm Kristen Francis. I've got a team called the Kristen Francis team, and I think you can probably figure out the reason for that. We're in Arlington, Virginia, out of KW Metro Center. And to answer your question, it's funny. What makes us stand out as a team is the exact same thing that I think is not changing in the real estate industry, and that is relationships. So we are repeat and referral based, which allowed us to weather the storm that we've just come through because our profits were where they needed to be. And we would have to earn the right to go outside of our database to spend any money on anything. So we have invested and doubled down into the relationships that we have with ourselves, our team, our clients. We are purpose driven and relationship based. So we have a higher purpose for selling as many homes as we do. And that's because we can make exponential impact. And for every person that we help, they can pay it forward. And the cycle continues. So if we invite our clients to be part of the family that we've created, and we give them counsel and we give them the relationship that they'd be looking for from anyone else in their family, but we have the professional background to guide them appropriately, they come back to us and they feel very comfortable. That is the thing that will not be changing no matter what laws change, no matter what technology brings, no matter what AI does. A human always needs to be present to counsel another human. There are just too many variables in making the largest decision of your life, the financial assets that you have. You need a human to help you. And so I think that is the thing that keeps us so stable and provides relevance in the industry in perpetuity.
I couldn't agree more with you. The fundamentals of investing in your team, investing in people first and foremost, the relationships, it matters. And because I'm the AI junkie on this call, I love what you said about you have to be human in the moments that matter. You have to show up in that way. Yep. And where I'm, one of the things I'm very excited about Accelerate for is I speak about AI all the time, and I'm blowing real estate agents' minds because it's not go recreate you with AI. Don't have it go create all your social content and all the conversations you're having. Use it in your business to streamline the busy work so you can have more of the impactful human interactions you need to be having in sales and marketing and relationship building. And Michael has his quote, which I parrot him all the time: systematize the predictable so you can humanize the exceptional. And that, my friends, is, Kristen, you just hit on it. That is powerful. So I can't wait to dive deep with you on those topics. That's great.
So, Carrie, coming around to you, like, what's not changing? Where are you succeeding with your team, your thriving team? And introduce yourself real quick.
Sure. Well, hi guys. I'm Carrie Scholl. I loved, Kristen, I have to highlight something you just said, and then I'll introduce myself. But exponential impact. Like, yes, that is why we all have security in this business, because ultimately people are really afraid. And I think what's not changing is that buyers want a house and sellers want a buyer. And as long as you can solve that problem and you can do it while trying to create impact, you have security in this business. And when you start to be obsessed, so I have a pretty large team. In our best year, we did 700 million and over 1,100 transactions, right? So for me, I'm obsessed with the relationship building, and I want to give process to my people so they can do it at scale. And that's what I'm going to be talking about.
That's awesome. I love that process so you can scale. That's the big challenge in business, because there's only one of us, right? And it's not about creating little minions of yourself or little clones of yourself with your team. It's enabling them to know where they can actually scale, like put things in place that will, again, systematize, give a process to something so they can go out there and truly grow. Carrie, I'm excited for that. Digging deep on
Thank you.
process.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
very. Yes, I love that you said give them the processes so they can do it at scale. That right there, that's learn how the sauce is made and then figure out how to make it more, do it more efficiently, but don't ever lose the sauce, right? So I know Dan's joining us, and we'll go to Dan. But before we lose Bo, because I know Bo has to jump, he's got a big recruitment or something. He's got something big going on. I know it. I feel it. But Bo, before you leave, like, why accelerate? Why the whole emphasis on action and doing stuff? I mean, where do you feel like real estate agents get hung up with that, like, next step coming out of events?
I think it goes back down to the basics, and we talked about the fundamentals. Andrew hit it on the fundamentals earlier. Often when I'm thinking to myself, "Oh my gosh, what could I be doing right now?" I go back to the basics. But talking about accelerating and kind of expanding what we're talking about, one of the things that I'm super excited about is there are a ton of folks from other countries that are trying to realize the American dream. And I'm super, super proud to be able to have numerous different individuals on our team from other countries. So we got Brazil, Colombia, Farsi, and then somebody from Russia. And we're able to reach out to these individuals, through these individuals, to those communities, because I'm continually impressed and amazed at the number of folks from other countries who just don't know. They don't know that they can buy a house, the establishment or. And it's amazing to be able to give them that information so they can do that. So that's one of the things that I'm really, really excited about expanding. It's pretty cool.
Love that.
That's awesome. Well, Godspeed. Have a great whatever's next for you. And thanks for joining us this morning. So, Dan, welcome to the call. And the question we posed to the group was, what's not changing? When there's a lot of changes happening, but what in the next 5 to 10 years isn't changing? And where do you feel like real estate agents have the greatest opportunities to double down on into the fall and winter?
Yeah, I think it's still the last mile problem of it. Like tech has disrupted it a lot, and but they still need agents for the last mile, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. Certainly not within a decade. So I think we're still needed for the nitty gritty. Real estate is a large transaction that's done infrequently, and it's complex and inefficient. So it's hard to replace us like Uber and all that other examples, right? Travel agents, stockbrokers. So I think because of the high cost, the infrequency, and just the friction in it, I don't think anything really, towards the end of the process changes, which is good for us. I think right now agents probably need to focus on having more conversations, no matter how they do that, whether that's prospecting, with phone calls or door knocking. Those are probably the two biggest advantages, I think, those two things. Because no matter how you generate the lead, at the end of the day, you have to have a conversation with them. And I think most people neglect that.
That's interesting. I love the phrase you used earlier, the last mile. And I think right now the opportunity for real estate agents is to learn again, either brush it up or learn, because some of us haven't had to learn in the last 5 years, how to really articulate our value around that last mile, to really stand out over the competition, right? To really help them see the pitfalls they don't yet see. And so I love that you said that. And we are going to dig deep into sales process, sales sequence, database, and scripts to send out to different segments of your database today. So I love everything you guys are saying. Michael, I'm going to pass it to you. I feel bad, man. I should have passed it to you earlier, but kind of give a quick intro to the second question here and I gave it to Bo before he left, but why accelerate, and how many agents come to you to get coaching? You kind of take them through that first iteration, and then they kind of fall away because there's work to be done. And the results we want are on the other side of the work we don't want to do or don't know we need to do, right? So,
Yeah.
Michael, why don't you kick us off with the second question about why accelerate, and then we'll go back around the room.
Well, Bo mentioned it, Kristen mentioned it, Carrie mentioned it, Dan mentioned it, right? It really just boils down to the work that's necessary. And what's really cool about it is, in Bo's answer and Kristen's answer, what I got the gist of is that in marketing we have this thing called the bow tie funnel. I promise if everybody goes and looks at the bow tie funnel, they will learn something new today. So we have the brand awareness, we have the lead generation, and then we have the conversion, and that's when most businesses stop. But then Kristen goes the extra mile and then she builds brand, what we would call advocacy. People start advocating for her, therefore she gets referrals. Once they start doing so, she builds probably events, stays top of mind, and then ultimately ends up building brand loyalty, right? So when you have all of those in place, you've really built a system, which is again the bow tie funnel that just consistently repeats itself. So I think why accelerate for anybody that's looking to attend is because every single day, there's an opportunity and a new shiny object out there. Somebody that knocks on the door and says, hey, I want to sell you this brand new service. I want to sell you this brand new shiny object. I think any object, any system, any process, any one way is going to work as long as people are willing to work it and take action with that for an extended period of time, right? Kristen didn't become Kristen overnight. Carrie Scholl did not become Carrie Scholl overnight. Dan, Bo, Tim, anybody, like it doesn't happen overnight. That's the reason why in this industry, there's a lot of 10-year overnight successes, right? So I would promise anybody that shows up to the Accelerate event is you come to this place, you get more than just a few nuggets, a few takeaways, but you really watch that other people in your same industry, in your same area, have been able to consistently do this. And it's no secret. It really is all about the work that's hiding behind, anything else that we might want. We say we want to be top producers. Here's 1,000 leads. What are you going to do with them? Oh man, I have to call them now. I have to email them. I have to text them. Yes, that's exactly what it's all about. So we want to give them enough, not just motivation. I mean, motivation is fleeting. We want to give them processes. We want to give them systems. We want to give them strategy that they can go back and start implementing. I'll leave with this. One of my favorite quotes is, give away the process, sell the implementation, right? So if any one person out there in the real estate space doesn't know how to communicate their value is, learn to give it all away for free. There's no secret sauce. I promise you, Google and ChatGPT have better answers than you. But if you sell the implementation and you sell it better than everybody else and you learn how to articulate that, that's where the magic really happens. So I'm excited. Thank you, everybody.
So the right work, right? So let's get this to Kristen, then to Carrie, then to Dan. The right work as we wrap here. What is the right work? Accelerate's all about the work that we might not know we need to do. And Michael just summed it up. The last mile is about that implementation and our clients' bias if we can spell out that implementation to them and why working with us gets them their dream. So like, what are you guys seeing and what are you how are you articulating your value? How are you identifying the right work for your team and also recruiting team members around that who might be falling down elsewhere? Kristen, we'll come to you and you can take that any way you want to take it.
Thanks. Yeah, to build on what Carrie was saying, the process is incredibly important and we find what works and then how we can duplicate that. And then the relationship, since that can't be replaced and I can only be in so many places at once and my team can only be in so many places at once, we have leveraged scalability on the social media front. So we can one-to-many with who we are to introduce ourselves to even more people and get into relationship with them that way so that they get pulled into our funnel. And then we've systemized the process once we're in relationship with them, how we treat them and what they should expect. So surprise and delight is definitely something that should be expected from our clients.
Surprise. Awesome. So powerful. Carrie.
Okay, so I would just like to say for anyone watching that's like, should I attend this event? Should I not attend this event? I would not be where I am today without being in the right rooms. So I think that there's a couple of things that are massively important in live events that although online training is amazing, you can't have the same conversations and the same social proof. So for me, the first time I ever attended an event, I was at this little Remax on Lee Highway, and I didn't even know a real estate team existed. I'd never seen one. And all of a sudden, I'm in this room, and I'm seeing real estate teams. Like, oh my gosh, these people have teams. That's amazing. Like, so I think there's going to be these threads that you're able to pull from being in a room with people and figuring out the elements of different people's strategy that you want to take and copy. And for me, I would have conversations with people and say, can I copy you? And guess what they would say, guys? Sure. So I went from trying to reinvent the wheel and come up with my own thing all on my own to being a team leader overnight. And we went from 19 sales when I was on my own to over 365 in under 5 years. And we did that by being in the right rooms and copying. So the reason you should be there, if you're growth minded and you really want to set up your business for success and your mind for success, is it's going to help you prioritize where to take action. And it's going to compress time massively on the things that you have decided to take action on.
Powerful.
I love events. I mean, I get really excited. Like, I'm excited to pick Kristen's brain now. I'm going to have to withhold calling her because now I have a bunch of questions about how she creates delight consistently. And I want to create delight consistently.
I love it.
This is why we be on these panels so that we can pick each other's brains.
It's great.
Exactly. So, Dan, like, what comes to mind when you think about what Carrie said, being in the room, right? The energy, the copy and pastable nature, and really an event that's focused on action and doing the work. Like, what comes to mind?
Yeah, I think it, like Carrie said, it gets you in the right framework and motivation to actually implement, right? More than like reading a book typically would, or other ways of learning. And it also gives you a chance to learn from more people than just the speakers, because you'll meet people at the event that are doing some of what the speakers say or other parts, right? So then you hear success stories of it. So it just reinforces it, because you might hear someone teach it and then you talk to 3 people that are doing something similar and you hear how it's helped their business. So I think it actually moves you to action more than you otherwise could.
Absolutely. Fantastic.
Could not agree more. And kind of on that note, and you all hit on this, at the end of the day, anyone can have an idea. But I say in every event, there's always like 2% of the people, maybe 3, that go out and actually do some of the stuff they learn. And our goal is to take that percentage up even higher. So Carrie, to your point, it's like, come get the strategy, the mindset, and here's how we won. Here's how we do it, copy it. And then we're going to dig into that. And here's how you go click and make it happen. Here's how you set up these processes with the tech. Here's how you integrate the emails with the AI, with the CRM. We're going to take you through a lot of that. So again, you're going to walk out with extra employees, even if you are a smaller team. You're going to walk out with processes to be able to scale. So again, do not try. It's kind of a play on Yoda. We want to do the work that will help us succeed. We can't wait. Thank you all for joining us today. It's going to be a powerful event coming up in about 35 days. So get registered, everybody. And we'll see you there.
Take care, everybody.
Bye, guys. See you soon.
Take care.
Bye,
Thank
y'all.
you all.
See you soon.